Hey guys, it's Thea. Thanks so much for being here. So today we're in Greece. Today I thought was a great time to revisit my month-long trip to Greece, which can only be described as an accidental pilgrimage. My friend and I backpacked our way across Greece, and I would really love to share a little bit of my experience with you today. So back in 2019, pretty much exactly a year before the world ended, I was on a pretty significant personal development journey, air quotes. I was on a year-long no-buy in order to curb kind of non-essential spending in order to save up to travel because I wanted to experience more of life. So it just worked out that my friend and I had managed to link up and travel our way across Greece that year, and it was absolutely incredible. So, having the privilege to visit so many amazing sites, I couldn't help but spend quite a bit of time thinking about, life, the universe, and everything. We visited Meteora, which is an amazing place. Monasteries built on rocks in the sky. It felt like something I'd never experienced before. That year of really focusing in on what I wanted out of life, taking the risks, being free to kind of make those choices really came around and hit me really hard when I came back to revisit it, now 2 years into a global panini, so to speak. I had done so well on my journey of growth, focusing on experiences over things, living with less, living simply, minimizing distractions, doing all of the things that, made life worth living. And then the world kind of slammed shut on me this last couple of years. And I feel like I've lost a bit of that. So this year, I'm attempting a depth year, a no-buy year of a different flavor. And I really want to, try and relearn all those things that I learned that year and remind myself that there are places to be seen still, fountains to be drunk from, trails to be blazed. I just need to be a little bit patient. No. That year, 2019, taught me so much about the joy of letting go. That I could appreciate beauty without owning it, without having to possess it. It doesn't make it any less beautiful. I can still enjoy it without the need to clutch onto it with my hands. That life is fleeting, but memories, there's no cap on the amount of memories that you can accumulate. Those are for you and forever, and no one can take them from you. Letting go is definitely something I need to constantly practice at, but it's a skill that definitely will serve me so much going forward. I think it was so hard when I basically became trapped in my house to be able to practice the gratitude of the places I've been, the things I've done, what it is I already have, and give myself some freedom to plan for the future, to maybe have something to look forward to, even though I may not know exactly when that's going to be, but to, settle down and focus in on those wants in the long term instead of just trying to immediately satisfy the impulsive need to be blissfully happy right now. It's really hard to carry a lot of things through life, whether it be physical items or grudges or negative emotions or dealing with trauma or any of those things. Carrying all that is hard, and just being able to set it down and breathe, live a little bit lighter is a feeling I want to get better at getting back to. The days are dark and cold, but the sun always breaks through the clouds eventually. There will be light again. We will be able to do the things that light us up again. I can't promise you when that's going to happen, but I know that when it does, I will be more grateful for them than I ever could have been before this whole experience of 2020, 2021, and so on. There's so much life to be lived, and I'm clawing at it from the inside, but patience is a virtue, I guess. So here's to relearning how to live with less and make the most out of life again. So what follows is the initial video that I made immediately after I got back from my trip 3 years ago. And I feel like there's a lot of really great nuggets of wisdom tucked inside. So please enjoy. For 5 weeks, between April and May of 2019, I gave up everything I knew, and most of what I owned, and went to live in Greece. You could call the trip a personal journey, a quest for inner truth or self-discovery, all that woo-woo stuff that people say about their travels. But the reality of it was, I wanted a break from North American life. I needed help seeing the world and the people in it differently. I wanted to be excited about getting up every morning again, and live each new day somewhere I'd never been before. I needed to live at a different pace, far from the relentless badgering of marketing campaigns, chain stores, and rampant consumerism. I found that peace on an island in the northern Sporades. It's called Skopelos. It was not all rest and relaxation while I was on the island. I was volunteering with a nonprofit that looked after its trails and offered guided walking tours. I was part of a team of other travelers who helped maintain these trails by clipping the overgrowth and clearing new paths. It was hard, grueling work, but it was never without its rewards. Like a fresh, cold spring appearing out of nowhere to quench our thirst, or a priceless view from the top of a hard climb. Every day I was outside, in nature, with a purpose. And scorpions, and a seemingly infinite amount of time to think to myself and ponder life's little secrets. When not working, I was always surrounded by people. Our host, Heather, was an expat from the UK, having lived on Skopelos now for 30 years. She taught us so much about the island, but its trails, the locals, the politics, and a healthy handful of Greek phrases. She was always surrounded by people, so we had a chance to meet friends from all over the world, like Spain, Sweden, Germany, Italy, and Scotland, as well as from Greece. I was never alone. Yeah. We ate like absolute kings. We were being cooked for constantly. We had traditional, authentic Greek food from a farming home on the island, and our host made some of the best Indian-inspired dishes I've ever had. Dishes, of course, that we were exceptionally grateful for after a hard day's clipping. The tavernas in town offered especially delicious and fresh meals with a little taste of something sweet and special at the end, which I always really enjoyed. and I've officially had the best Italian meal of my life at a home on an island in Greece, which is a bit of a shocker if I'm quite honest. The main takeaway I had from my trip was my feeling towards consumerism as I knew it back in Canada. While away, having adventures and filling my time with people and rich conversation, I found myself completely unfazed by the concept of shopping. I was living out of a 40-liter backpack quite happily and wanted for nothing. I literally had nothing other than the essentials, and I was perfectly happy with what I had. I was covered. I wasn't plagued with the desire to take a piece of this wonderful place back home with me. I knew the happiness I felt soaking up the afternoon sun at a cafe with a cappuccino, or on the terrace with an ice-cold shandy made from stolen lemons, both overlooking the calm, mystifying blue Aegean Sea, couldn't be sold to me in a souvenir form, so I best enjoy it while I'm here. My time in Greece, on Skopelos in particular, has driven home my knowledge that the best things in life, the real treasures, are in fact never things at all. On an island that feels like 100 years in the past, without recognizable chain stores or giant billboards, where the nearest mall is a 7-hour boat ride away, it's really easy to remember that. In the grand scheme of things, we were all living out of a backpack, and we can't take anything with us when we go, so don't worry about it. I say frivolously enjoy the moments the universe presents to you, take the risks, eat the good foods, go on the adventures, and make the absolute most of your experience of life. I realize that confidence doesn't come from how you look or what you have or whether or not you've got your shit together. It's just about being present in the moment, being genuine, being friendly and open, and being ready to learn about all the things that the world has waiting for you. I really enjoyed my time on Skopelos, and a part of me really wants to make a point to get back there someday. But I'm not in a rush. There's a lot of things at home that I need to sort out and enjoy and to make count, instead of just dreaming about being somewhere else all the time. But I'll always, always remember the people I've met and the adventures I had while living on the little island in Greece for a month.